Hey guys, it's Cobra. I got tagged by IntellivisionDude. Kind of. I mean, I sort of told him, or asked him to do this video, and then he did it, and then he tagged me in it. So whatever you want to call that, I guess I got tagged. And it's on the rarest things in your collection. And for me, I don't really have anything that's defined as like super rare. I have things that are uncommon and rare, but I don't think there's anything that I have that's really like gonna melt anybody's face that it's so rare. But we'll see. I guess I'll start with the earlier stuff. I have nothing rare for my Atari. Ataris are somewhat uncommon, I guess, the consoles, but I mean now with the internet they're easy to find. So I just skipped over that. So we'll just start with the Intellivision. And I have the ECS, the computer module thing. If you want to see that, I didn't feel like getting it out, although it is sitting right next to me in a box. But if you want to see that, you can watch my Intellivision video. So, but here's the only rare thing I really have for my Intellivision, and that's the World Series baseball, Major League Baseball, of course. It's, from what I understand it, because I don't know a lot about the Intellivision, but according to IntellivisionDude, he's a pretty reputable source. It's the only ECS game that uses the voice module as well, which I also have. So, boy, I got that for a great deal. I got that plus like maybe 12, 13, 14 other games all in the box with the ECS and the voice module for $25. No joke. So that was crazy. And that's all I have that's really rare aside from the other ECS, of course. And Odysseys themselves or Intellivisions themselves are somewhat rare. But I guess next we'll move into the Odyssey 2. First off, not a lot of people have Odyssey 2s. They're not really expensive by any stretch, but we'll start with no, not this one. Casey Munchkin. It's not necessarily a rare game by any stretch, but it's in the box, so I figured I'd show it. This one's a little bit more rare, though. Casey's Crazy Chase, the sequel, also in the box. Not in the best shape, but both games work. This one actually uses the voice module for the Odyssey. I'm not sure why everything had a voice module back then, but also I have this. It's the Quest for the Rings. It's some sort of big adventure game. It's kind of confusing. Luckily, I have all the stuff, but that could be worth something someday. So, in fact, they're selling for a decent amount now. Here's another thing, Type Intel, and that actually goes with this, which is something else that's kind of rare, the voice module for the the Odyssey 2. I showed it in my Odyssey video, and it's very cool. You just type it. You plug this into the top of the Odyssey 2. You type, and then speaker comes out of here. As long as you have this game cartridge, anyway. This is very cool. I like that a lot. I got my Odyssey 2 with all the stuff I showed you for it for around $30, $35 total. Alright, and then this last game, my Odyssey 2, is apparently rather rare. Probably one of the most rare things I have in my collection, I guess, according to the internet. It could be worth up to $100 sometimes. And I have the manual for it, so that helps. And it's Power Lords. And I don't know why this is so rare, but it is. It did come out in '83. I don't know. I know the video game crash of '83. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but it did come out in '83. So that's something. That's cool. I'll hang on to that, I think. For the older generation consoles, that's really all I have. Once we move up into the 8-bit stuff, I have a little bit more stuff. Not quite as rare, though. We'll start with this, is actually my Master System. These are pretty rare. Not a lot of people have these. More collectors have them, but as far as just people in the wild, not many people have them. And despite being slightly more powerful than the NES as far as graphics go, it didn't do as well because it didn't have a very big library, and it couldn't compete. It really can't. But I do like it. I respect it for what it is, and it's great. I really don't have anything rare for that as far as games go. I have some good games, don't get me wrong, but nothing worth showing. So we'll move on to the NES. We'll start with this. I showed this in my pickups video, this NES Atlas, and it's probably not even that rare, but it's very cool, and I'm sure there aren't that many out there, but I thought I'd show it. It's pretty cool. Oh, don't want to set that there. And okay. guess we'll get into these. These are probably my more rare games. This is Gyromite. It's not rare, of course, but if you've seen my NES collection, I already explained the video. Explained it. There's an Famicom converter in there that will allow me to play Famicom games on my NES. So, if you want to hear the story, it's in my NES video. But those are pretty rare, and they can sell sometimes for like 40 bucks, 30 bucks. I've seen them for 20, but who knows. But I got that for $2, so I can't complain. And this, I'm not really sure why it's rare, or why it's worth some money, but RC Pro-Am 2 it is, and they have the manual. I don't know why it's so rare, but to my surprise it was, so that's cool. And then this one, it's just not a good game. It's hardly a game at all, to be honest with you. Bible Adventures, unless you're a hardcore Bible thumper, it's probably not going to be that fun. And it's, I don't know, it's just good to have for collector purposes, but other than that, there's really no play value in that one. And then I have this. I guess I can show this. I didn't even think about it at the time, but this NES box. You can hold 10 games and some manuals. And here are the games I keep in them. Battletoads. Love that one. The ones I keep in here are the more expensive ones, or something like that. Super Mario 2 is in here. Miss Pac-Man, the Namco version, apparently pretty rare. Castlevania, great one there. Can cost some money. Castlevania 3. I got both Contras. I don't have Contra Force, the third one for the NES, but to be honest, unless I can get a really good deal on it, I don't think I'm going to really pursue it, because it's not as good as the other two. Then I have Donkey Kong Classics, and then out of all the Mega Man series, this and number 4 are probably the cheapest. I have 2 and 3. They didn't cost too much. Got a good deal there. And number 4 is pretty cheap too, but 1, 5, and 6 can cost a pretty penny. So now, last, but, well, I guess I can show this as well. I have a mint, pretty much copy of Super Mario 3 in the box, complete. That can be rare, I guess. And the last thing I'm going to show is my NES itself, the top loader. I don't have an actual original 1985 NES. This came out in 91, I believe. It says copyright 1993 on it. That's pretty late for an NES to come out, but at any rate, I have one. It wasn't by choice, really, but I definitely don't mind, trust me. But it's just what my cousin had, and he sold it to me. I got this and a bunch of games for 20 bucks, so really, anything that I have that's rare, I did not pay its value for, or even close. Especially what you'll see later in the video is pretty crazy. So there's that. I love it. It works fantastic. I guess now we'll move on to Super Nintendo. Super Nintendo's weird because the game doesn't have to be rare to be expensive on the Super Nintendo. Games like, Castlevania 4 are pretty expensive, but they're not rare by any stretch. They're fairly common, but they're kind of worth a lot, or cost a lot. Whatever, and speak of the devil, get that one out of the way first. Castlevania 4, probably my favorite Castlevania. I have not played Symphony of the Night, but I wouldn't mind playing that. But this one's weird. It's Alien vs. Predator, and it goes for some money online, and it's not very common. But I'm a huge Predator fan, so I had to get it naturally. This one is pretty rare, however. It's Super Mario All-Stars plus Super Mario World. It's a good game. I feel like I think the battery might be going in it because I lost a game, a save game file. So if the batteries are going, I'm gonna be pretty upset. But whatever, I still have it. I guess I can show all 3 of these. I have all 3 of the Donkey Kong country games, all 3. My favorite is number 2, and then I don't know, number 1 and 3 are pretty equal for me. I like them all, though. They're all really good. And then 2 more games. This one is Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island. Good one. I like that one a lot. And then Turtles 4, Turtles in Time. I have actually not played this since my pickups video. I haven't been busy by any stretch, but I've just been playing other things that I got, like Battletoads and Double Dragon. That's a good one. So now I have some boxed games. Most of my boxed games are actually pretty good. My first boxed game is Doom. I actually have 2 copies of Doom. One of them's boxed, one's not. It's complete. I really love Doom. It might be one of my favorite games of all time. But yeah, the Super Nintendo version is okay. It's not as good as the other ones, but no complaining. And then Super Mario Kart, boxed. Man, that box is actually in rougher shape than I thought, but nonetheless. Okay, Contra 3 in the box with the manual, complete. I love this game, really do. And these are my prized possessions. These are actually the 3rd and 2nd game. When I first started collecting, I really wanted to get these 2 games in the box, and it cost money, but I was willing to put it out. So, I guess we'll start with the first one. Is Super Metroid in the box. I mean, if this isn't mint, I don't really know what is. It's at least very good. You know, there's some slight blemishes, but I mean, I don't know anybody who would not just take this. Plus, it's a good game. That helps. And then last but not least, this could be one of my favorite SNES games, if not my favorite. Although I played it more on the Virtual Console for Wii than I actually have on this one itself, and that's Super Mario RPG, Legend of the 7 Stars. I love it. It's a great one. And if I'm not mistaken, it was the last game released for the Super Nintendo. I don't know if that's right or not, which could, I guess, account for its price. Is that it for... Yeah, that's it for those. The last thing I have to show you is all my Genesis stuff. And as far as Genesis goes, I really don't have anything that's super rare. Except for pretty much one thing. Or a couple things, I guess. These damn boxes don't want to go back in. Anyway, I guess the first thing I have that's rare is... Sorry about that, but this. It's in the box. It's actually not the Model 2, it's the Model 1 that's in there. But actually there's a price tag on there. But somebody put permanent marker on it, so I can't read it, of course. But this is cool. I love the box. Boxes are really cool. Oh, I almost lost it. But yeah, boxes. If you can get something in the box, just makes it all the better. You know what, I'll just mess with that later. Okay, so I have 2 more things, I guess. As far as Genesis games, I really don't have anything that's rare, except maybe Contra Hardcores. It's good. I like Contra 3 better, but no big deal. And then my last thing. Maybe my pride and joy of my collection, and if you've seen some of my other videos, you probably already know what it is. I love this thing. I really do. I think it's my favorite thing I own. If I had to choose between getting rid of my Xbox 360 or this, I might choose the 360. I might. Because I can always get another 360 later on down the road, because they'll be cheap in a few years. This, however, is probably only going to go up in value, so. And I got it for $1. $1. So. You can't beat it. You can't beat that. $1. I mean, Jesus. $1 for this thing. And they're going for a lot on eBay now. So, that's really good news. I like that a lot. And as far as anything else that's rare, I really can't think of anything. And first off, thanks for IntellivisionDude for doing the video. And then, of course, tagging me. And again, like he said in his latest video, tag me in anything that you want, because I'll pretty much do anything video game related, and even not video game related. Maybe I'll go through other things I collect, like I do records, vinyl records, I like those, and you know, pretty much anything that's pretty cool. So I think for my next video, actually, it's going to focus on this. I'm going to start doing reviews, and I might even do it tonight, because I'm not really tired, and it's somewhat late, but big deal. I think I might just do system reviews, and I'll do game reviews, of course, maybe accessory reviews. things like that. Anything I feel needs reviewing, I'll review. So, again, thanks for watching, and Cobra out.